Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we getting on? So we have some new Fallout news today, and with Wastelanders just around the corner, we've got some very, very cool new details and one very exciting little announcement in the little blog post Bethesda have for us this week. So let's jump in and take a look, shall we? So, Fallout 76, Inside the Vault, Wastelanders reputation system details. Thanks for joining us for another Inside the Vault. We're gearing up to share a special Wastelanders announcement with you next week. In the meantime, we've also got a rundown of the faction reputation system for you, and you can read on and catch these details. So, the big two things, obviously, the faction details, the reputation system details rather. So, explain exactly how we can gain rep with those factions that are in the game, the two that we've had announced so far, and possibly some more as well, hopefully. And the big news for next week, which is the really, really exciting thing, which is there's going to be a brand new trailer next week. And to be honest, the tone of that opening makes me wonder if that trailer might not come with a release date. Really hoping it does. Really, really hoping it does. So watch the space. I'll definitely be covering that. So, new Wastelanders trailer next week. If you've been keeping up with Fallout 76 news, you probably know that we've been hard at work on our upcoming Wastelanders update. Well, I certainly have been keeping up with it. We've regularly been highlighting some of the new content coming to the game, sharing new screenshots with you, and recently opened a private test server so that players outside our studio can join us in playtesting, with more invites on the way soon. So, if you've applied to be part of the private testing group but haven't got in yet, do watch your email inbox, because it sounds like you'll be getting in, well, might be getting in an invite soon. We're going to open that up further, which is cool. However, we would like to give you another peek at what's to come in Wastelanders beyond a few new screenshots and words on a page. So we've put together a new official trailer that we're excited to unveil next Tuesday, February the 4th. So yeah, as I say, I'll absolutely be covering that. Very, very excited myself. They've only mentioned that here. They haven't given us any more details than that. But I'm kind of hoping it might be a release date trailer. You know, end of quarter one is, well, the end of March. So that's only 2 months away. It's not a big window, really, for them to keep working on it and then eventually release. So it's a possibility. We'll have to wait till Tuesday and find out, but fingers crossed. It'd be very, very cool if we do get that. Now I've got a spare week to book off work, so I'd really like to have a date to do that, unless it's one of the ones I've already booked anyway. So keep an eye on Fallout.com on that day for full details, and we hope to see you then. Of course, they'll probably share it on social media, and it'll be everywhere as well. In all likelihood, you'll probably be able to find the trailer on Bethesda's YouTube channel as well, so another place to keep an eye out for it. And of course, as I say, I'll be covering it. So, very, very excited for that one on Tuesday. But the big details come with the reputation system. So, make some new friends. Last week, we introduced you to the Settlers and Raiders, the two major factions. So it sounds like there'll be a number of minor ones as well, very cool, who are on their way to Appalachia with our upcoming Wastelanders update. This time, we're sharing some details about a new reputation system that will help you move away from total stranger and to close confidant with each faction and earn a few rewards along the way. Everybody likes the rewards. So this is, from the sound of things, a bit of a new system. In the past we've had karma systems, we've had a reputation system in New Vegas. It looks like it'll take some inspiration from that, a little bit, but they're also doing something new and unique. And we've already seen the conversation system obviously is going to be an updated take on the Fallout 3 one, which is very, very cool. Fond memories of Fallout 3. We were discussing on stream last night, my favourite of all the Fallout games so far. So, very, very cool screenshot of a little vendor who would appear to be one of the raiders from the look of this, which is cool. So, let's see what we've got here then. When you first meet the Settlers and Raiders, they'll be hesitant to include you, a newcomer, in their affairs. Understandable. The more you do to help a faction by offering information, taking down their enemies, and completing quests, the more you'll prove you're someone they can rely on, and your reputation with that faction will increase. Eventually, you will rise through 7 different reputation ranks, from hostile or cautious to neutral, friendly, and ally, among others. My guess is you'll start out at somewhere around cautious or neutral. I don't think they'll automatically be hostile. The raiders might be. It's been implied that you need to arrange a separate introduction rather than just walking into their headquarters at the crashed space station. So it's possible they might start out at hostile. Possibly when you get an introduction, it might jump straight to cautious, but we'll see. I would imagine the settlers will be more geared towards cautious neutral area, probably. I think you're probably cautious, given that there are raiders just around the corner, and they presumably have had some trouble with them. but we'll have to wait and see what the exact details of that are going to be. Either way, new reputation system that looks very, very cool. One of the reputation categories they haven't mentioned here is mentioned later on in the blog post. That's neighbourly, so presumably that's between neutral and friendly, presumably. But as to what number 7 is, we don't actually know yet. So whenever you gain reputation with a faction, you will receive a notification that shows how much reputation you have earned. Makes sense? The amount of reputation you earn also depends on what you did to earn it. Okay. Completing a story quest, for example, will net you a large amount of reputation, while finishing a faction daily quest or making certain choices during conversations offer additional ways to gain some rep, presumably less from the tone of this. So we've got a little look at our little notification here, which is quite cool. Some new little animated graphics. I'm guessing the exclamation points and the faces will animate a little bit on those, which is cool. So you'll be able to view your current standing with both factions at any time by opening the social menu. It's an interesting place to put it. I'm surprised they haven't included a new one, but overburdening us with too many menus is not necessarily ideal, so this should work okay. Of course, the social menu has been somewhat unreliable in the past, so hopefully they'll be getting some improvements. Particularly on PC, an issue I've noticed is sometimes it'll either reset my resolution in-game or just sort of jam the right-hand side of the screen. So you can see in the picture there where the edge of the social window is. I sometimes find that if I've opened the social menu, I can't get past the left-hand edge of that and use that right section of the screen. So I'm really hoping they've got that fixed. You can click this to open up a reputation pop-up that shows you your rank and progress towards the next level, presumably. So a little indication of the overall reputation with a faction and how you're progressing there. And we've got a few little icons in the top corner as well. As your reputation ranks with raiders and settlers increase, the people at the crater and foundation will treat you with more warmth during your interactions. And that faction's vendors will sell you a wider range of goods. More or less what we expected. Oh, I've skipped something here. Jump back up. An icon for each faction indicating your current reputation rank will appear at the top of the social menu next to your account name. You can click this to open a reputation pop-up. Okay, so there we go. Your name and your icon with the reputation icons just underneath it, you can see there. And that's how you open up this new window. So, new range, friendlier interactions and a wider range of goods available at vendors as you rank up in reputation. By completing story content, you will also gain access to new vendors that sell plans for new faction-themed items that will unlock at certain ranks, like neighbourly, friendly, or ally. So if you want to get those items, it sounds like you will have to get in with the various factions, which makes sense, but it does mean if you pick one over the other, you might get a little bit shut out. That's unfortunate. I don't know if you can be friendly with both factions. I'm curious about that. I wouldn't be surprised if it's possible, if difficult. Although later on in the story, it seems likely that that reputation might decline as the two meet and compete. No idea if this is actually the case, but it seems likely that the two will eventually face off and that siding with one will hurt your reputation with the other. So it may be worth possibly getting the reputation with both factions as high as possible at first. If they're going to give you blueprints and plans, once you've learned them, I don't imagine you'll unlearn them by hurting your reputation. So maybe the way to go. So, we've got a decent look at the reputation system on the whole here. I'm guessing this is a kind of tutorial pop-up. Once you start increasing your reputation, this will probably appear and tell you more about it, much like when you get to level 5 and it starts telling you about player versus player combat, stuff like that. Looks sort of similar to that. So, we've got upgrading standing with settlers will unlock more goods for sale at foundation vendors, including unique recipes. Likewise, the vendors at Crater offer you a greater variety as you gain standing with the raiders. We've already established. Got a little look. Okay, this might be cautious then. And we've got a couple of hostile ones there from the look of that. That'll be out and out hostile. This will be whatever the one we previously saw. Because I'm guessing this will be neutral, because then you've got 3 below it, 3 above. That makes more sense. Interesting. So, we hope you've enjoyed learning a bit more about the reputation system that's on its way to the game. And we're excited to share our Wastelanders trailer with you on February 4th, next Tuesday. Very, very cool. So, interesting. Reputation system's about what you'd expect. It's a little more graphically represented version of what we've seen in the past. Both New Vegas and to a lesser degree Fallout 3 had a sliding reputation system with a neutral central point, and your actions either made them hostile or vilified with the various community, or friendly and adored and things like that, depending on what you were doing. And when I was playing New Vegas, almost every time I ended up very unpopular with the Powder Gangers, mostly because I defended Good Springs. I was always off to a ropey start with them. So I suppose you could go the opposite direction. But it looks like that principle, and again, it's a similar basis for karma in Fallout 3, is carried over into this new reputation system. With Fallout 3, obviously you started off neutral, bad karma. Not quite sure what that did, to be honest. Assuming effectively your buying and selling prices, as good karma improved it. But if you were genuinely an agreeable sort, you could quite rapidly rise up through the karma ranks. Looks like you're going to have to work a little harder than you had to in Fallout 3 to get ranks here. But much like New Vegas, your actions either make you popular or unpopular with the group. No indication here that dressing as a member of one faction will affect how they respond to you, and vice versa. But it's possible. They may just have not mentioned it. I'm guessing they probably haven't, though. It was very much a New Vegas thing, Obsidian thing. I don't think Bethesda will go down that road with Fallout 76. At least not for a while, anyway. It doesn't seem hugely likely. It just doesn't quite fit with the way they think about these things. At least not to my mind, anyway. So that's my feeling on that. But all in all, nice to see the reputation system in a little bit more detail. Very cool. It's about what we'd expect. Good to know that there will be faction-specific items that unlock as you level up. I'm guessing some of it will be clothing, armor, maybe a few weapons, but probably not on the weapons front. I'm guessing there'll be some camp building stuff as well, which will be very, very cool to have as well. Very excited for a number of the cool things like we can see in the various screenshots. Those radio cages seem likely as a possibility to get for your camp. Maybe a few of the spiked poles, things like that. Hopefully some flags, stuff like that. Be cool. And it'd be really nice to see things like the defences at Spruce Knob Foundation, whatever we're calling it these days, that the settlers have put in place. Some of those would be cool to be able to build into your camp, and maybe some other stuff that we haven't actually seen yet. We did see last week the I forgot what it's called now, the catwalk system, the scaffolding system, that's the word, that was basically present in Fallout 4 in that screenshot. So it's possible we might pick up the means to build that. That would be very, very cool as well. But all in all, some interesting bits and pieces, some interesting details. Very, very excited for the trailer. Fingers crossed we'll get a release date as well. It would be nice to see, helpful, and would bode well for Bethesda being on track with the release date. But we'll find out on Tuesday, I guess. Either way, looking forward to seeing that. For now, I'll wrap this one up here. So thank you very much for watching. I do hope you found this useful and informative, and I hope you're getting as excited for Wastelanders as I am. Very, very ready to get stuck into this now. If you did enjoy the video, please do consider dropping likes and subs. It's very, very much appreciated. Social media links down in the description as well if you want to catch up to date with everything I'm doing on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. Keep up with what's going on there. And if you're really enjoying the content, please do consider becoming a channel member as well. The support is hugely, hugely appreciated and very, very helpful towards doing what I do. It's very, very much appreciated. You can find that on the blue join button as well. Catch one of the live streams if you get a chance as well. I'm posting on the community page about those as and when I go live as well. And the notification bell will keep you informed on those. Played a little bit of Fallout last night. Played a little bit of Doom as well, which is good fun. And gearing up for a few more cool releases over the spring and summer. So looking forward to that. For now, thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you all very, very soon.